It is Star Wars Day at Hollywood Studios. What else could you want as a Star Wars fan? Let's do this. What's up, everybody? I'm Jared here with MickeyBlog, and today is May the 4th, and I am here at Hollywood Studios bright and early in the morning with a lot of other Star Wars fans, because this is where you go for May the 4th. I mean, if you live in Florida, if you don't live in Florida, if you live near Disneyland, maybe you go to Disneyland. The point is, if you're a Star Wars fan, you want to go to the park that celebrates Star Wars on May the 4th. So we are here today to cover all things Star Wars, from the new merchandise. There's a virtual queue system, and there are other treats, popcorn buckets, exciting things going on today. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you don't want to miss this. I hope you enjoy this video, and I can give you sort of my tips and tricks and detailed summary on how you're going to want to tackle May the 4th if you ever decide to go to Hollywood Studios in the future. So let's do this thing. So welcome to the Olympic sport known as rope dropping Hollywood Studios. It is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of people here, especially for today. So just be aware, if you are going to rope drop Hollywood Studios, if you're staying at a resort, you can enjoy early entry over there. The rest of us all stand over here waiting for them to allow us in, essentially. So just be aware of that. It's going to be busy, especially in event days like today.
2 hours later.
Well, I'm in. That was a process. Again, just want to reiterate, if you're rope dropping Hollywood Studios, please get here early. You're going to want to get in line because a lot of people are getting in line all at once. It's not an easy rope dropping experience, but do remember, if you're staying at a Walt Disney World resort, you can get in through early entry. So take advantage of that early entry, because that 30 minutes doesn't just save you time in the park, it saves you time of waiting in the line, because sometimes even just getting through the line can take up to 30 minutes. So just be aware of that first thing in the morning. Anyways, on a Star Wars Day, we're inside the park. Happy May the 4th, everybody. Let me explain the virtual queue system. Today, merchandise is running on a virtual queue. That is because so many people want the May the 4th merchandise. It is going to be held in Stage 1. That's the company store over by Muppets. So if you do want merchandise on May the 4th, be aware that oftentimes it's going to be running on a virtual queue, and you can join that virtual queue at 7 a.m. So that's what I did. I got group 44, I believe, and I'll be going over to check out that merchandise, showing it all to you in a little bit. In the meantime, let's go check out what else May the 4th has to offer today. So, before we even get to the virtual queue for the new merchandise, there is a brand new Discover series from Starbucks in here, actually. So I wanted to show you all of this. It celebrates the planet Hoth, obviously featured in episode 5 at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. Pretty cool tumbler here. This one is going to be for $27.99. You'll also see a Hoth-themed Starbucks mug up here. As you can see, pretty cool. That one's going to be for $24.99. And as you can see over there, there are some more aluminum sort of styled ones, and those ones will be for $39.99. So if you do like Hoth, I would definitely run over to Hollywood Studios to grab some of this. However, I'm sure it'll be available online as well. If you're wondering where I am, I'm in a line. It won't be my last one today. But right now I'm in Keystone Clothers, because there is another Star Wars collection outside of the Hoth Discover series that I just showed to you guys. And this collection apparently features more Padme ears. Apparently there's some Witchables, some Star Wars Witchables. So we're going to check those out as well. And then, of course, once my group is called, I will go over through the virtual queue over to the main store where the main collection drops today. So a lot of merchandise today for May the 4th, but there's also 3 food items I will be purchasing. So I'll show those off to you as well. So this is pretty cute, guys. This is a Wishable. It's a limited release, and of course, it's themed after BB-8. Very, very cute. These ones will be the ones that you'll find outside of the mystery bags. The other bags will have, basically, you don't know what character you're going to get until you open it. I'll show you some of those in a little bit, but we are still waiting in line right now in Keystone Clothers, because apparently there are Padme Amidala limited edition ears up here, so I can't wait to show you guys that. And here are those mystery packs of Wishables. Wishables were actually removed from the parks for quite a while. They were not being sold. They just recently came back, so it's kind of cool that we got a 4-pack of these. You can find these in Keystone Clothers. However, they have been flying off the shelves. This store is so busy right now, guys. it's hard to explain, so let me just show you. Here is a look at the absolute madness. There are so many people walking in and out of Keystone Clothers, so please be aware. If you are trying to get any of the merchandise in here on a day like this, be prepared for long lines and a lot of madness. You kind of just have to embrace it. You cannot just, try not to let it bother you too much. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, though. This is a Darth Maul hoodie right here, by the way, and the cool thing about it is it actually celebrates the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, and that's not the only merch item that does so. There is a red sort of design t-shirt over here as well. You'll see a Darth Maul themed puzzle. There's an Anakin Skywalker figure here and a backpack as well as a hat. So if you were interested in any of that collection, they do have all of this available. So I ran into a friend who allowed me to take a look at the ears. So check these out, 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace right here on the side. Very, very pretty, of course, themed after Padme Amidala during the first film in the Star Wars saga. Very, very cool. Look at this popcorn bucket. This is the First Order Stormtrooper, and it's a helmet that's basically been destroyed, obviously. However, they serve popcorn inside. So this is one of the coolest popcorn buckets I've actually ever seen. They are flying off the shelves. I'll show you what the lines look like. I was able to get one pretty early, thankfully, to one of our friends here at MickeyBlog, so shout out to them. But yeah, just wanted to give you a look at what it looked like. So this is how the bucket actually opens. As you can see, that's where you put the popcorn inside. So pretty cool. Wow. So these crowds are not for the faint of heart, but that's what you do when you love Star Wars. Speaking of Star Wars, I had to make a stop and walk right outside of Star Tours because, that's what you do on Star Wars Day. You gotta go to the OG, the original Star Wars attraction. Very, very cool. As you can see, it's a 25-minute wait right now. And the store itself didn't have any brand new merchandise from what I could see, but the crowds in there are obviously big because everybody wants to go to a Star Wars store today. Also, just wanted to give a quick shout out to our friend Abby over at Mickey Travels. Mickey Travels is our main partner here at MickeyBlog. I'll talk more about Mickey Travels at the end of the video, but Abby was able to let me hold the Padme ears as well as the popcorn bucket. Very, very cool. The popcorn bucket itself is about $25. The line over at Catsack is very, very long though. So if you want to actually get one of these damaged Stormtrooper helmet buckets, you just got to be aware that especially on event days like this, going to be long. And then beyond that, of course, the ears, as I was explaining earlier, they are Padme 25th anniversary ears, and you can only get them behind the counter in Keystone Clothers today. So those aren't even going to be available in the virtual queue merchandise. So continuing my walk here, not gonna lie guys, not a lot of Star Wars stuff here in Hollywood studios. So that's kind of odd to me. Hold on. There it is. Was waiting for the roller coaster. Had to show it off. But this is a great day to go to Toy Story Land. Not as many people over here when there is this much going on everywhere else. So, fun fact. So I got good news, and then I got news. Good news is they actually are selling the popcorn buckets, the salvage Stormtrooper helmet at several locations. Bad news is those lines are long. So let me show you. This line for one of the popcorn stands actually starts over by ABC Commissary and wraps all the way around this show building where the Frozen Sing-Along show is. It wraps all the way around until you get up there. Over here on the left is where you can actually find the specialty food items, things of that nature. They are selling lightsaber churros here, so pretty fun. We've actually reviewed those in the past, so if you want to see what they look like, by all means, head over to MickeyBlog.com. But yeah, this is all one line just to get the popcorn buckets. As you can see, these buckets are very cool. You'll see them right here. They're all lined up. This is where people are picking them up after they pay for them right here. So this is just one of the popcorn stands, and the line is very long. So you can't forget about the treats that you can get today to celebrate May the 4th. I'm over at Rosie's American Cafe. This is located right by Tower of Terror, as you can see. And this is the Mustafarian tart, essentially a red and black tart with a cookies and cream sort of flavor in the middle. Let's see how it is. There's a few other treats I'm gonna try today too, but it's always fun when they have these specialty treat items. This is a total hit, by the way. This This is essentially a puff, rather, not a tart or anything or pastry. It's a puff. It's basically just breaded on the outside, tastes exactly like cookies and cream, and a ton of cookies and cream flavor right there in the middle. It's absolutely delicious, especially if you like Oreos. Okay, it is exclusive merchandise time. I am in line currently over by stage 1, which is over by Muppet Land, and in order to actually get in here to see the exclusive May the 4th merchandise, you had to join a virtual queue at 7 a.m. So please be aware of that if you are planning your day out. Beyond that, obviously, we have tried one food item that was fantastic, actually. I really enjoyed the cream puff. And then we still have several more food items to try, and I haven't even made my way into Galaxy's Edge yet to showcase all the offerings over there today. Still a lot ahead of us, and I will showcase what is offered inside of this store in just a moment. Okay, here we are. We are inside. Take a look. There's a few t-shirts over here. As you can see, the classic version of C-3PO and R2-D2 are the main designs for the May the 4th Be With You shirt. 2024. You'll see some classic Boba Fett design right there too. Very cool. There are some hats over here as well. Again, with that same classic C-3PO and R2-D2 design. Over here, you are also going to find those sweaters. Here are those sort of crew neck sweaters. It's pretty cool. Lots of t-shirts over here. There are some tumblers over here. Very nice. Really like this one. I love the classic designs on all of this merchandise. It's very cool. You'll see a Darth Maul saber there. That saber is the newest saber that just dropped today in honor of May the 4th. And then in the distance, you're going to see a Clone Trooper helmet. That is actually also brand new as well. There's some Clone Trooper design merch as well, but the main item is going to be that big helmet. So you can see figures, but it looks like the helmet is the main item. To be specific, this is the 187th Legion Clone Trooper helmet. And again, this is brand new. Lots of people are pretty excited about this one. So definitely, if you want to grab it, now's the time. You'll see one that is in the case as well. Well, to put this in perspective, I just left that merchandise store. Okay, it's like maybe 12:30, not fully 1 o'clock, but it's close. I have not even walked into Galaxy's Edge yet. That's how much there is to see, do, look at for Star Wars Day here at Hollywood Studios. So it is a huge celebration, if you can't tell. And by the way, I'm wearing my Abbey Road themed Star Wars shirt, my Star Wars hat, and we are absolutely surrounded by Star Wars fans. So if I thought I was cool wearing a nice little shirt and hat, I don't know anything, because I am absolutely surrounded by people in costumes and outfits, and it is quite the celebration here today, folks. But we are officially out of the merchandise store. I hope you got a good glimpse and a good idea on what is being offered inside of there. However, it is very busy in there. There was also a few pins. That's really the only thing that I didn't show off to you. And the Darth Maul double-sided lightsaber is $400. They had it in there, but you can also get that over at Doc Ondar's Antiquities. So just be aware of that. You can grab them at both locations. The line over by Doc's, I'm sure, will be extremely long, and I am going to go see what that's all about. So let's go walk into Galaxy's Edge next. There's 2 treats inside of Galaxy's Edge. There's apparently some new merch, and I also want to see what the lines are like for both the lightsaber as well as the popcorn bucket over at Cat Sackets. Okay, so exciting news, guys. Outside of everything we've done so far, we caught wind of Chopper. Chopper, the droid, the fun, attitude-filled droid, is actually in Star Wars Launch Bay. So I ran over here to Launch Bay. I hear he's coming out soon. He has never visited Walt Disney World before. You've seen him with Hera out in Disneyland, but this is pretty big news for Star Wars fans. He's never been in Walt Disney World. Super exciting, total surprise. Disney didn't announce this, so let's go check it out. We found Chopper. Chopper is here.
Look at this. I know you're supposed to be.
How cool was that, guys? I'm so glad I got that footage. The crowds were crazy in there because as soon as people all over the park started hearing that Chopper was here, they basically rushed over. So basically, that was a surprise. Nobody who came here for Star Wars Day knew that Chopper was going to be here. So very, very cool that we got to see him, and very cool that Disney did that. I love when Disney does sort of surprise drops. It's really, that's how you keep the magic alive. So very, very cool. I am now headed over over to Galaxy's Edge. I'm gonna walk in the back way towards Toy Story Land first because there are a few food items, and the first one I'm gonna get is over by the milk stand cart. So once I stop by the milk stand, I'll get that food item, another food item also over in Docking Bay. So a few more things to get, a few more things to show off. So hope you're enjoying this video. It's been a lot of fun. And here we are over here at the milk stand. This is where you can get the blue milk and the green milk. But as you can see over there in the distance, there's a little sign for the polystarch puff bread. That is a unique treat only for May the 4th. It's supposedly only available today while supplies last. That's what the cast member told me. So we'll give it a try, let you know how it tastes. All right, and the polystarch bread has been acquired. As you can see, one of them is yellow. I ripped one in half just for the aesthetic, you know. The other one is supposed to be more like a bluish greenish color. I'm not really seeing it personally. It looked more blue in the actual photo that the guy presented, but either way, still looks cool. And there's like a mango, more passion fruity flavored dip. So let's give these a try. Well, we got one hit and we got one miss. There's no other way of putting it. That wasn't that great to me, but that's okay. Maybe it is for somebody else. It's very plain and just sort of tasted like very plain, almost stale croissant in a way, but I did like the dipping sauce. So the dipping sauce was good. However, the cookies and cream puff I wish wasn't a one-day thing, because the one I had earlier at Rosie's, fantastic. All right, folks, this is the moss berry biscuit. This is topped with dehydrated blueberries as well as matcha icing and ube icing. It's essentially a biscuit here as well at the bottom. This is located over at Docking Bay 7, and it is, again, another treat only available today. This is the third and final treat I'll be getting for Galaxy's Edge for Star Wars Day. That was pretty good, honestly. Didn't expect much, didn't look like much, but it actually surprised. The ube and the matcha flavors on top are really good. Dehydrated blueberries, who knew? So, not bad, pretty good option. But I did want to mention, as I'm walking out here, I'm looking at Doc-on-Dars right here, and look at how long this line is. I actually just spoke to a cast member who told me that this line is as long as 60 to 90 minutes right now to wait. So if you want to go inside and check out the lightsabers or the new Darth Maul lightsaber that released today, you're going to be waiting a while. But that is the plus side to getting the virtual queue like I did this morning. I was actually able to see the Darth Maul lightsaber while I was in stage 1 for the new May the 4th merch drop. So I don't technically need to go in there. I've already seen the new thing. Wow, what a difference 6 hours of time makes. Nobody's out here. What a beautiful sight. But I am out here outside of the entrance, or the exit, however you want to look at it. And why? Because that's pretty much it, folks. We've wrapped up a full day of May the 4th here at Walt Disney World in Disney's Hollywood Studios. So let's recap what we did, because it was pretty amazing. We got to see quite a bit over in Galaxy's Edge. Obviously a lot going on over there. There's Doc-on-Dars, there's all that happening. But beyond that, there is the new popcorn bucket located at multiple stands throughout the parks. We got 3 different new treats. All 3 of them were quite good. We also got to see Chopper. Very cool. Probably the highlight of my day, to be honest. Did not expect that. Very cool. And on top of that, of course, we saw a ton of new merchandise. So if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, hopefully you got some context and some much needed motivation for you now journeying yourselves to Hollywood Studios on May the 4th in the future. So I am almost done with today's video, but I just wanted to mention, if you couldn't get a full look at that, Galaxy's Edge is very packed right now. A lot of people in there, everyone's going into the shops. The wait for Doc-on-Dars, as I was just saying, super long, but just be aware, you know, that's where everybody wants to be today. Of course, lines for Star Tours and the rides are also going to be very long, so be aware of that. And the last thing I definitely want to mention before I end today's video, enjoy the front of the park when it's not 7:30 a.m. You know, much less people around. No, I'm just kidding. But I just have to say, really enjoyed today's video. It's been a blast. And I will not be here for tonight, but there are usually lots of meetups with fans and really cool lightsaber hangouts during the evening. So Galaxy's Edge really comes alive at nighttime. So in the future, you want to come here on May the 4th, maybe stick around till the evening and you'll actually catch some more stuff. And with that, that is mostly going to wrap things up for me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, my name is Jared. It's been a pleasure to bring you along with me today in Hollywood Studios on May the 4th. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, welcome to Mickey Blog. Go check out the rest of our content. I actually host the Mickey Blog podcast, but you can also go to our website. We're posting constant articles every single day on all things Disney, and of course, follow us on social media. And the last thing I want to mention is if you ever need help planning a Disney vacation, definitely reach out to our friends over at Mickey Travels. They can help you plan and book your entire Disney vacation at zero additional cost. So definitely go reach out to them. They are the very best out there. So thanks so much for tuning in. We can't wait to see you guys on another Mickey Blog video. My name's Jared. May the 4th be with you.